Hi everyone, Graham here from Believe and Achieve Marketing and Live Success with today's training video. In today's video I wanted to discuss a very profound topic that was downloaded to me, and the topic I wanted to share with you is solutions to the global epidemic and the problems that are occurring in the world today. Now we see a lot of people proclaiming and talking about all the problems that are occurring today in the world, but very few people are discussing the solutions to those problems. Now, on a global level, we may feel that we are very limited and very small in what we can do in response to events all over the world, particularly in the Middle East, particularly with all the atrocities in Europe, particularly all the events unfolding before us. Now, some may say this is a video focusing upon fear. I disagree and totally have to say that my video is based upon the duality. But in order to reveal the duality or some solutions to the occurrences of the problems worldwide, we have to be clear on where the problems are occurring from in the first place. The problems worldwide, when we take total responsibility for our lives, have been made manifest by us, by every single one of us as individuals. And we have manifested the world in which we are seeing today. Now, albeit the world's in the three-dimensional world anyway, that we see today and that we live in today. And the shift to the new earth for those who choose to raise their vibration and rise above it will occur and manifest into their life. But for the world that we see around us with our eyes and all the events happening worldwide, we have to take absolute responsibility for our part in it. Now you may say, well, I don't have a part in it. It wasn't me who did this or this. It wasn't me who wanted this to occur. It wasn't me who made this happen. Well, actually, on some level it was. On a very small level it is. And it's all our collective but individual responsibility to identify that. We have had the test of forgetting who we are and giving our power away to outside entities, outside authorities, in inverted commas, outside governance of ourselves, when the truth is that we are all powerful but loving. We are miraculous creators but somewhat suppressed by these imaginary limitations that we've allowed ourselves to be duped upon into believing about ourselves. So if we want to heal the atrocities in the world today, we have to look very closely but very firmly within ourselves. And we have to take absolute responsibility and identify that it is our minds that have been hijacked. All of the occurrences in the world today are occurring from a creation of the mind of man and woman. And the mind of man, therefore, is where the solutions lie in this world. The solutions lie on an individual basis within each and every one of us. And we can do our bit to make this world a better place by making us individually and therefore collectively better individuals, by waking up from the dream that we believe is real, by waking up to the beliefs that we are all not powerful, that we have given our power away, by waking up to understand that the prison paradigm, or our prison of belief systems, are created by the mind of man. And nothing that's created by the mind of man is above man or woman. Nothing created by the mind of woman can be above woman. So we must take our power back and we will see results in healing the world. In the ways which we can do this are by eradicating all of the false beliefs we hold about ourselves one by one, by eradicating all negative thinking. Now, negative thinking is okay, providing it doesn't become the driver in your life. And the way we have been raised, or the way the paradigm has, as part of our test, has raised us, is to place negative thinking as our driver, because it's been planted in our subconscious mind. And the mind of man, or the mind of woman, is programmed to be this way. We have to eradicate all forms of judgment of another. We have to eradicate all forms of blame of another. We have to eradicate all forms of acts of terror, acts of terrorism to another. We have to alleviate the animal side of our mind and bring it along for the ride as our friend. We have to rise above our mind and understand that we are not our mind. We are not the false thoughts, we are not the false beliefs, we're not the false emotions that stem from that subconscious programming. And in each of us balancing ourselves, in each of us accepting these truths about ourselves, we can experience the balance of the light and the dark. We can experience the oneness within. We can enjoy feeling happy with all of ourselves. And when the negatives arise, we feel them, we experience them, but we don't let them become our driver. The scenario of the world today is fear is dispelling itself. Fear is playing itself out to its death. And the events we see, not that I recommend that you watch the news, but on the news or in various sources, you will see those elements of fear playing out. Again, designed to manipulate the minds of the masses, to manipulate the minds of the population into believing they are small, into believing they need to feel fear, into believing they need to feel scared of these scenarios. Now, let's just say, yes, there are some very valid reasons to feel that way on first glance, but this is the realm of the animal mind. And on first glance, the animal mind, if left undealt with, if left in states where we don't treat all of our negatives within us, where we don't treat all of our emotions, our limiting beliefs and our suppressed nature within us, then the animal mind rules. And the animal mind reacts. And this is what is happening. And this is what is being played out on a global scale. So let's assess the scenarios of the world. Yes, the world is out there. We understand we can't comb the mirror. The world is out there. The world is within us, but the world is out there. So we have to address each and every one of those things that we react to or that we identify with within ourselves in order to heal them on the inside so they don't make manifest on the outside. And solutions for this are here. Solutions for healing all of ourselves, to unlearning and remembering who we really are as species and spirit, is here. It is available right now to start using and start getting proactive with and start making our own world a better place because of making the changes within ourselves that will manifest that world on the outside. This is where solutions lie. Solutions for all that we see are within us. We have been guilty as charged as part of the journey, as part of our experience of transcending our humanness and rising above our humanness on our life's journey in this particular realm. And it's time for us to remember. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to realise who we are. It's time for us to realise that we are all powerful without ego. We don't need to dominate one another. We don't need to have these divisions made and created by the mind of man on the perceived ladder of authority. There is really no authority other than you for you and I for I. There is no divide between race, religion, sexuality, income bracket, all of these different divisions. Again, all created by the mind of man to separate us from one another, to separate us from the undeniable truth that we are all God. We are all gods. Now, whatever your religious beliefs are, I have full respect for those. All I'm suggesting is that we try not to externalise God. And if we do believe in God as an external being, then that's fine. However, we must remember that we have God within us too. And we have the key to change all this. We have the key on an individual level to prevent what is going on by standing in our own power, by showing compassion for one another. This is probably the biggest thing that will start the healing process of humanity on an individual level and humanity as a collective and as a whole. The simplistic view of it is that we are unconditional love. We are unlimited consciousness having this experience. So why should we place limits upon others? Why should we place limits upon ourselves? Why should we look to divide ourselves from others? We are all one. And this world will be a better place when we remember who we are. And in remembering who we are, this is where the secret and the key to the future of not only our humanity, but humanity as a whole lies. We must take back the recognition that we're all from the same family. We're all from the magnificent universe. We're all here for a purpose, and that purpose is to return home to love ourselves unconditionally, individually, and unconditionally and collectively, and come together instead of fighting with each other, and stop all this hate in the world, because hate is a fiction. Hate is a creation of mind, and the mind state of hate is created by the mind of man. We have to remember that we are programs. We are almost like computer programs, and what we have been fed and fed and fed and fed over these years has come from perceived authority. Now, I'm not saying that, you have to go out and break any laws here. That's not what I'm suggesting at all. What I'm suggesting is that we must remember that authority, again, is created by man. And anything created by man is not as powerful as man or woman. So we all have the ability to learn right from wrong, to understand naturally right from wrong. We all know in our soul and our heart what is right and wrong. Even if you were to, go back to your childhoods, you'd know what was right or wrong prior to being taught it. It's somewhere at a deep soul level. We would know that it's not okay to hurt another. We would know that it's not okay to steal from another. We would know that it's not okay to, prevent another's peace. All of these basic, common, foundational laws that are universal, that are the only ones that we know naturally. All else required is compassion, to allow everybody else to feel exactly what they're feeling, to not intrude on their feeling, to not intrude on their beliefs, the things that they enjoy, the habits that they have, but also not to allow them to intrude upon us, not to allow their state of being to affect our vibration, to affect how we're feeling. And this is where the solutions lie. The solutions lie in being able to accomplish that, in being able to have those boundaries, in being able to identify that as self. And because that is who we really all are. And this is time for solutions. There is time for solutions, and the solutions are here right now. Every atrocity we see on the outside has been created from the inside, and has been created from the inside of those creating those atrocities. And it really is that simple. Do you want to subscribe to another's beliefs? Well, part of the journey is we already have, and this is one of the secrets to remembering who you are. All of our beliefs are another's beliefs. Think about that statement. All of our beliefs are another's beliefs. Where did you learn how to speak? Exactly. Where did you learn how to write? Exactly. Where did you learn how to, have the characteristics of, say, a family member? You learned it from somebody else. And this is the power that we hold. We can unlearn those things and discover who we are, as opposed to who our programming dictates we are. The solution for peace within each and every one of us is within us. And the solution for the world on a global scale, particularly as the fear stage plays itself out, is again on the inside of every single being. Because the change on the inside, once that is made, the changes on the outside will manifest. If it's peace we want, it's peace we must be. If it is freedom we want, it is freedom we must be. Aren't those two of the main core values of us as spiritual beings, or having a human experience? Aren't they two of the main core values that we all believe we should have? Yes, they are. I believe they are. Do you believe you should be free? Do you believe you should live in peace? Anything else after freedom and peace is up to you to create, providing you don't intrude on other people's beliefs or on other people's happiness. And that is really the key to assisting the end of the fear paradigm, to putting the nail in the coffin, or the proverbial coffin, of this fear paradigm. We all must take our power back. We must understand that the authoritarian system, if we like to call it that, even though it has no authority whatsoever, without your consent or without your permission, because you are God. You are king. That's why the word asking is around, as king, because you are king. Do your research, ask questions, find truths, ask yourself the questions, because you hold the keys to creating the peace in your world for you, and the peace in the outside world for you, and ultimately and collectively as peace on earth. We can do this one step at a time, and we're being called to do so. Our purpose is to find peace, love, freedom, harmony and compassion for all, whilst following our hearts and trusting in the glory that is our universal soul's journey. I've been Graham for Believe and Achieve Marketing. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it's gone on for a little bit of a long time, but the message is so powerful. Please share this with your friends if you would care to do so. I'd really appreciate that. And let's assist this process. Let's assist this shift from fear to love and let's get it out there and occurring in our lives. With love from my heart to yours, I've been Graham for Believe and Achieve. Have a wonderful day. Take good care. Bye for now.